Hey everybody, welcome into another edition of Backseat Drivers. It is good to be back. I have Jonathan and Chase joining me here. We saw Kevin Harvick get it done at Texas. Was there any surprise that the 4-car was going to turn it on when the playoffs started?
I am surprised. I mean, I kind of thought up to this point, I mean, he did have 3 wins. He did win Indianapolis, but you come off a season.
You're surprised that he and Rodney Childers get it together?
You come off a season where you have 8 wins and, 3 races to go. You just get your 4th. I mean, right now, having had a car the way that they had at Texas, for sure, they're going to be fast at Homestead. You can't count them out. But, I mean, comparing them to what they did last year to only having 3 wins up until yesterday, it was a little bit of a disappointment, I think, for four fans that they haven't come out and dominated. So I was a little, shocked and caught off guard. But, I mean, we now live in a world in the playoffs where the guy who wins last week is the favorite going into the next week. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it bites us every single Monday on this show.
How dare you, Kevin Harvick, not get 8 wins at the start of the season?
Right, and I am not surprised. Like we said, Kevin Harvick and Rodney Childers, they know how to get it done when the time's right, and the time was now at Texas. Not only did they put on the pole, they won the race. So no surprise for me. And what you said about how every single weekend whoever wins is going to be the favorite now, well, Kevin Harvick, we're going to Phoenix, where he's really good at. That's his house. So this might be the start of some big momentum before Homestead.
I think it spells trouble next year for everybody else racing the 4-car because it looks like they finally got it figured out, and nothing's changing.
It's Rodney Childers, so I think he's going to figure it out regardless. Another car who we thought was going to have momentum heading into the playoffs, and man, I'm not happy for the 9-car, but I am happy that I get to rub it in your face.
Hey, there's one race left.
Chase Elliott is not doing so hot in the playoffs.
No, I mean, Texas is on him. You look at Dover and you look at –
yeah, he went high and ran straight into the wall.
Yeah, Texas is on him. You look at Dover and you look at Martinsville in the trouble that plagued them there. I mean, that's out of his hands. Mm-hmm. It's just when it's not your year, it's not your year. And, I mean, it's
a different team.
No, it's going to take him. I mean, is Chase going to be fast enough to go out and win at Phoenix? I think the 9-car's probably going to be really good. They're going to put – I mean, this is it. This is their last shot to run for a championship this year. So
he mathematically has to win.
He has to win. He has got to win the race.
-78.
I'd love to see it. I would love to see Panic at in those top 4 spots and
we know.
And I mean, could you imagine if the 9-car goes out and is leading most of that race, what the Panic's going to be like in the 11 camp, the 22 camp, and the 18 camp? I mean, it's going to be one heck of a show regardless because of what's on the line. But if Chase is able to be up front, I mean, there are going to be a lot of people sweating.
He is good at Phoenix, so it could happen.
I mean, that black cloud that Jimmy Johnson tweeted yesterday saying go away, I think that's kind of gone over Chase Elliott and that 9 team a little bit. And I don't know if they'll be able to shake it at Phoenix. I don't see the 9 team going to victory lane. I mean, like you said, they had some, they had an engine failure. They had some issues like that. But, and even at Texas, I was listening to the 9's radio, and Chase is like, I wasn't even really pushing that hard. He was trying to get that upper groove going, which was treacherous anyway. But he wasn't even going at 100%. He was just trying to work it in and see what it did, and it just slid out from under him. So it's just kind of he's been snake bit this whole round of 8. It's pretty crazy to see.
Nobody's going to beat the 4. So, I mean, regardless, I think if you look at it.
At Phoenix?
No.
Or just in general?
At Texas. Nobody was going to beat that 4-car. That 4-car was on rails all weekend long.
All Stuart Haas had a ton of speed.
So I don't necessarily – I mean, does it suck for the 9 team that they couldn't, contend for a win later in the race? Yeah. Were they going to beat the 4-car? No. So does it matter that he wrecked out in the first 20 laps? Probably not, because he'd probably have to go to Phoenix with the same mindset. He just didn't have an opportunity for that to play out at Texas. So it's I mean, this is it. We'll see what these guys are made of. And look, it's not just Chase. It's probably going to have to win this race to advance.
Well, the thing is, Chase has been looking at every single race as a must-win. So the fact that now it's literally, mathematically a must-win, I don't really think that changes his mindset at all. I think he's going to go to Phoenix the same way he would have even if he finished in the top 10 at Texas and didn't wreck. It's still a must-win, no matter what in Chase's head. So we'll see how he reacts to it.
He's only had 3 top 10s in the playoffs.
Consistency
has just not been on board for me.
Nope.
Do I think the 9 team has it going on? Do I think that it's one of the best drivers in the garage? Absolutely. Do I think Allen is one of the best crew chiefs to ever do it? Absolutely. But the consistency from the 9 camp and even from Hendrick Motorsports as a whole, just haven't seen it.
They're bouncing all around. Inconsistently inconsistent. Maybe he'll get a win this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if we're sitting in here mind-boggled looking at Homestead like, what in the heck just happened?
All right. Well, another guy that we had circled for a while to possibly be the championship favorite, Denny Hamlin, had a tough day here in Texas. He goes into the grass. He leaped into the grass if the car got airborne at one point. So can he rebound, and are we worried about Denny?
Richmond and Phoenix are two very similar racetracks. He's really good at Richmond. I think that spells, good things for him at Phoenix. He's really good at Phoenix too. But I have a sneaking suspicion that Kyle Busch is going to turn it on. I mean, he's won the last 2 races there, so he's going to have to go through his teammates to win that race.
Even after 21 races of no wins. You think 22 is the magic number?
I mean, you can't predict it, right? But I mean, Kyle Busch has a way of flipping a switch when he needs to flip a switch. I think for Denny, a lot of people look back at his past, failed opportunities at winning championships. This is an opportunity for Denny to go out here, win this race. And look, he can still point his way in.
Well, this has been the most complete 11 team I feel like we've seen
yes,
from him.
And if it wasn't for, I think, a half pump on the jack at Martinsville and he lost the lead, which lost control of the race, he could be locked in right now to Homestead. Other than pit road stuff, Denny has been pretty mistake-free all year. His one screw up.
You have 2 penalties and still win.
His one mistake, that he's had as of late really could come back and bite him. Yeah. But this is his chance to change the narrative of his career, to come out and make a statement and make it to Homestead.
I think Denny Hamlin does well at Phoenix, but I don't think that he goes out and wins it, because I think he does have to go through Kyle Busch to get that victory. And also, there's only been one person to ever race their way into the championship at ISM Raceway, and that was Kevin Harvick in 2014. He was 6 points down, ended up making his way in, and then we know the rest. He ended up winning the championship as well. But I think that Denny has to have Joey Logano mess up for him to get in the championship 4.
Kyle's only 3 points only separate Kyle and Joey.
All right, so speaking of Kyle Busch and Joey Logano, we mentioned the 2 of them possibly being a battle at ISM. Kyle Busch hasn't won in 21 races. Joey Logano hasn't won in 19 races. But you guys still feel safe about the 18 and the 22.
History shows that they can run well at this racetrack. And, I'm more worried about the 22 than I am the 18. And even so, the 11, I think if anybody's going to slip out of this thing, it could be the 22. And look, I might walk in here Monday with egg on my face after he goes out and wins the race. It's happened. It's happened before. Look, I'm not a psychic. I can't predict the future. I can just tell you what I think.
No, but you like to give your opinion.
But well, why do we have a show? But I just think if you look at the body of work and if you mash that with the season, what you find in the middle is Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch probably will be stronger here than Joey Logano. Joey Logano's just got to hold on to that points cushion. And he can't have what happened to Denny or Chase at Texas happen to him. It's super, super interesting and intriguing of what strategy is going to be. Kyle's probably super comfortable. I feel more comfortable with Denny, and then Joey would be behind Denny. That's how I'd rank it.
2 points separates those 2. One gets in, the 18 or the 22. Who you got?
18.
Okay.
So here's 2 reasons why I'm confident in the 18. One is because they've had speed throughout the playoffs. They just haven't been able to complete the races. 2, he hasn't finished outside the top 7 at ISM Raceway since the fall of 2014. And he's won the past 2 races there. He finished 2nd before that. Those are pretty stellar stats going into this race where the 18 has been the strongest car recently. So
3rd is the highest he's gotten in the last 3 races. Let me just read off the finishes in the playoffs for Kyle Busch. 19, P2, 37, 6th, 19, 3, 14th, and 7th. I don't think those finishes, in my mind, are causing me to feel confident about the 18.
Yeah, but
Like,
What do
for
you-
instance, I think the 9 or the 12 can come in and 18's out.
I mean, I agree with that, but I mean,
42 can win
compare
at ISM.
his numbers as of late to Joey Logano's. I mean,
I have them. Would you like them?
yeah, compare them.
9, 11, 10th, 34th, 11th, 17th, 8th, and 4th.
I mean, yeah, Joey's better as of late. I mean, I'll give you that, but
Brought my A game today, y'all.
anything.
Joey's not that good at ISM though.
You got to win
I mean, one. He hasn't finished better than 10th
more than
since
you
then.
got.
I mean, well, yeah, but he hasn't. Like I said, he hasn't finished better than 10th since that win in 2016. And I mean, you're right. Like a 9 or a 12 can go in there. I mean,
Or 42.
Yeah,
We're
I mean,
forgetting about
that
Kyle
too.
Larson,
Don't sleep
who-
Yeah.
on Larson. He's going to be better than the 9 and the 12.
Agreed.
actually, I talked to Ryan's crew chief, Jeremy Bolins, and the 12 team sounds really confident in Phoenix. That's the race that they have circled to go out there, and they feel like they can win. The 12 team finish third there in the spring. So I wouldn't be surprised if Blaney went out and won that race. And then you have him in the championship for. Then it's a battle between Kyle and Joey. And I still think Kyle gets it because I think he'll run better than Joey.
All right. Well, the season is close to being over. We're close to crowning a champion, which is hard to believe. But they have to get through ISM first and get through the 18, the 22, the 42, the 9, the 12, whoever you have to get past. But first up, we're going to come do some most popular driver action. Most popular driver is presented by Hooters this year, and Merriman's been excited about this because it's
All my
presented
life,
by Hooters and
all my life,
chicken
I've
wings
always
and-
wanted a wing sponsor. We finally got it.
So we are actually going to reveal the top 15 in the standings. These are in alphabetical order, so these are not how they are currently placed in rank. But we have Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, Clint Boyer, Kyle Busch, William Byron, Matt DiBenedetto, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., and Bubba Wallace. We're not surprised by these 15.
No, we're
correct?
not. But you got to hold up because we can't do this most popular driver stuff anymore unless we have chicken wings.
Some smells really good.
I've got us taken care of today.
Oh, wow.
I
Trying
know
to
some
win
people.
us over.
I know some people.
At Hooters, I'm sure.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
Free delivery, guys.
Free delivery.
Free delivery.
Hooters, this is why you're the best.
What kind are these?
Those are Daytona,
Daytona
wings.
wings.
Daytona
You got to
wings
say that with an accent.
are the best wings at Hooters, hands down, bar none.
They smell really good.
Daytona
All right,
wings.
dig in.
A little bit of
guys.
ranch.
All right, I'm going first. I don't care.
All right,
Those
thank
look
you,
too
Hooters,
good.
for the wings.
Yeah.
Be sure to log on to
Okay.
NASCAR.com/most popular driver and vote daily for your driver to win. Votes shared on Facebook and Twitter. I can't do this because they're just gnawing down on
need
some
a
wings
napkin.
beside me. Votes shared on Facebook and Twitter count double. Voting closes December 4th, and this year's most popular driver will be announced on December 5th. If you want to eat some Hooters on Sunday race days, your go-to favorites, order at Hooters. Choose what you want, select a pickup time, and just like Merriman, if Merriman can do it, so can you. They'll deliver them anywhere.
Ouch. But it's good.
All right, well, we're heading to ISM this weekend, Sunday. It's coming up at 2:30 p.m. on NBC. It's the final race before we head into the Championship 4 at Homestead Miami Speedway. It's bound to be a good one. Thanks for tuning in to Backseat Drivers. I'm going to let the boys continue to chow down.